What are the different kinds of therapists and therapies? I was talking to Nick Wignall, a clinical psychologist who primarily focuses on anxiety and insomnia. And he helped me understand the different kinds of therapists and therapies. There are basically two categories. The way he phrases it is that there are types of therapists, and then there are types of therapies. So let's say that you go to the hospital and you've got something wrong. The type of medical professional seeing you might be a doctor, a nurse, a technician, or a physical therapist, right? That's the type of professional that they are. If you go see a doctor, they might be a dermatologist, a radiologist, or an oncologist. So that's the type of medicine that they practice. There's a similar type of distinction in mental health. So the types of therapists are essentially in three categories. There are psychiatrists who are medical doctors and have an MD after their name. They can do talk therapy, but they mostly prescribe medication almost all of the time. Then there are psychologists who either have a PhD or PsyD, PsyD, their doctorate degree. They almost always do talk therapy. Then there are the master's level or mid-level therapists who have the equivalent of a master's degree in counseling or therapy. There are differences, but if you want to do talk therapy, a psychologist or a mid-level therapist is probably the way to go. Maybe that's the type of person you would go to first because you don't necessarily want to medicate everything. You want to talk through what's going on. In terms of types of therapies, it's about the therapist's style or the way they were trained. There are different schools of thought on how to approach therapy. And there are three different categories that you can consider. Some types of therapies are primarily supportive. The therapist is there essentially to let you talk through and be a sounding board and validate what you're experiencing in a professional, objective way. The next type of therapy is what's called insight-oriented therapies and are psychodynamic or psychoanalytic. These are all about understanding your internal processes and histories taken to gain more insight or understanding into yourself and your personality. They emphasize the past a lot, like your childhood and how your childhood maybe sets you up for certain habits or tendencies or proclivities as an adult. They're all about understanding yourself better. And then the third type of therapies are action-oriented therapies. They're more geared toward helping people who would like to make a specific change in their lives, but there are emotional or psychological factors getting in the way. Therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT are really common in such cases. The focus is more on identifying specific changes that you want to make in your life. Nick shared a few examples of where action-oriented therapies are applicable. A person is having panic attacks whenever he or she drives, and so it's about getting this person to the point where they can drive on the freeways again without having panic attacks all the time. Again, there are people who are sure they're in abusive relationships, but they don't know how to get out. Getting out is their big goal, but there are a lot of obstacles, logistical and emotional. So Nick advises finding someone who has a lot of experience and knowledge in the particular thing that you want to work on. He's a bit skeptical of people who claim to treat everything under the sun or to be experts in everything, and rightly so. My question of the day, what type of therapy have you found helpful for you or your family? Let me know in the comments section. And remember, some of the best tips and feedback come from you, the real life resilience community. So connect with folks down in the comment section and share with me what you would like to see in some future videos. Thank you so much for checking out this video. You can subscribe for more videos just like this and click the bell icon to be notified when I release a new video. Check out our really informative playlist here. And until next time, know that life is a story and it's never too late to start telling yours.